In today's class, we will learn about what is Git and GitHub. Why should we use it exactly and why everyone are talking about it. So how people use it in industries or how you can use as a beginners. What are the basic commands to start using Git and how to install, initialize and create repositories. We'll look into all of this in today's class. So before getting started, let me introduce you to Git. I'll open my notebook. So let me tell you what Git is exactly. Git. What is Git? Why are you using it? So Git is basically a version control system. Version control system, we call it as VCS. So what does a version control system mean? For example, you're building a website. Okay. So on day one, you create a basic home page. On day two, you add a CSS file. So let's say, how do these work concurrently? So here Git lets you save both versions so you can switch back if needed. In simpler terms, you created a website or a web application and you added a feature. So before adding a feature, that web application worked well. But after adding the feature, due to some name conflicts or some version conflicts, the app got crashed. You want to revert back to your previous system. I mean the thing without a new update. So Git saves your previous version as well as your latest version. You can switch back to your previous version and make sure that everything works fine. So that's why it is called a version control system. So when you purchase an iPhone, like you see, right, version 8, 9, 10. So this is a version, and version 9 is built upon version 8. So whenever there is any problem in version 9, what they'll do is they'll directly switch back to version 8, test it locally for some updates, then upload it to version 9. So whenever someone faces problem with version 9, then they'll switch back to version 8. So this thing in mobiles won't happen practically, but when working to create a web application or a website, this works exactly as I have told. Okay. Then what is GitHub? You have seen what is Git, but let's also see what GitHub is, because our agenda is Git and GitHub. Okay. GitHub is a cloud platform to store Git repositories online, collaborate and showcase your work. So Git is the local software which you install in your system, and it tracks all the changes and leads to your previous versions. But whenever you want to share a file using Git, you can't share that directly. I mean, you need to download it in your pen drive, then give it to your friend. So this is lot burden, right? In this fast paced world, everyone wants to access things very quick. So GitHub is a cloud platform where you store all your code. For example, a Google Drive. Git is like a local gallery, which is a software to store your images, and GitHub is like a Google Drive where you upload all your images and everyone can access who have the link. So this is a place where you upload all your files. For example, if you want to share project with your friend, so you push all those project files to GitHub and your friend can view it, suggest changes, or they can even contribute. Okay. So it is an online platform to share code and collaborate. Okay. Hope these two things are fine and clear to you. So let's see Git versus GitHub. Okay. So Git is a local tool. It is local. Then what about GitHub? It is an online service. Okay. Then what it does? It tracks changes. Sorry. So what GitHub does, it hosts repos, which means repositories. It is a command line interface tool, and GitHub is a web UI. For example, you write code using Git in your computer and you push that code to GitHub to back it up or collaborate. So these are the basic differences. Now let's go back. Let's start the real-time demonstration. Let's see how to install Git and create GitHub account. Yeah, let's go one by one, step by step. Let's install Git. To install Git, you need to just search Git here, Git. So it shows gitscm.com. You should click on this. Then choose your operating system. Click this button and yeah, click on this to get downloaded. So I already have Git, so I'm not installing it. After it gets installed, you extract it or just double tap on it and Git will directly get installed on your system. So this is how you install Git. Then let's see how Git works. So if you can see here, where is Git, or I'll search here, Git bash. So you need to open this Git bash. So this is the interface provided by a Git bash. Git what is that? Git CLI. So this is called Git CLI, where you can write your commands like git init and some other commands. So let's discuss them later, but let's also create a GitHub account. See, how do you create a GitHub account? I'll go incognito for this. github.com. So go to github.com. Then what you'll do is sign up. Give all your details. Click continue. It will ask you to set your password, everything. After everything will be done, you need to log in. You know these, right? These are basic steps. So after logging in, you'll have an interface like this. So this is the interface. This might not be similar as you can see here, but it will be something like this. Okay, without these all, without my all personal ones, you'll find your own personalized GitHub. Okay, so we have seen how to install Git and how to set up a GitHub account. Now let's walk through step by step what can be done later. Okay, now let's create a directory, mkdir demo project. So what does project. So what does mkdir mean? Mkdir means make directory. It creates a folder. See, I created a folder to keep my things private. If I create all my files within an existing folder or somewhere in the air, I might not find it. I might not find it. It will be difficult for me to exactly find those files. So I'm creating a project. I'm creating a folder to save all my project files at a place. So how can I go into this folder which I have created just to? So the command is cd, and what your folder name is, you just need to give that command. Same name. See here, I went inside my demo project. Now I am in this folder. Now let me type git init. See, now within this folder, .git folder subfolder got initialized. It got created. Here this command is used to initialize my project. We have created a new project and initialize git. So .git folder is created and it will be a hidden folder, you might not find it. Yeah, so let's create our first file. Echo is a statement. I mean, we will save this file in a readme folder, in a readme file. My first git file. I'll name this. So echo means it prints a statement, but I don't just want to print this statement. I want to save this statement in a new file. So if I run this, my first git file, I haven't saved this anywhere. So what I'll do is, one second, let me see what all files I have. It won't show right now. Yeah, I'll save this somewhere. To save it somewhere, you need to give this uh, greater than, then give a file name. I'll give it as readme.md. Okay, I created a new file. I mean, this is readme.md. So the whole text will be existing in readme.md now. Then I'll click git status. So why am I giving this command? What is git status? So git status let us know how many files are untracked. I have created a file, but I need to do few other steps to save the file. So let me see where I am, in which step I am. See, it gives us uh, on branch master. So this is the master branch and no commits yet. To save this completely, we need to give another few commands called git commit and a message name. Okay, untracked file, use git add file to include. Yeah, it also gave us a suggestion. What we'll do is git add readme.md. Okay, that's fine. Now let's see git status, what happened. See, no commits yet. Yeah, we haven't done any commits, but here we are not finding this error. I mean, this is not an error but a warning. Changes to be committed. I mean, we added the file to our git, but we haven't gave any commit. Let me give a commit, git commit and a message to show first commit in git. Okay, okay, that's fine. I haven't set up my email yet. That's fine, completely fine. Now let me check git status. Okay, what it shows, please tell me who you are. Okay, let me set my username. Yes, yes, I'll give my username. I have it here. Okay, I'll give my mail ID. Now if we see the status, I mean, let's see git status. You can see nothing to commit, work tree clean. So we made an initial commit and we also added the file. Now everything is perfect, everything is working fine. Okay, now let's create a GitHub repository. Let's see how to create a GitHub repository. So until then, what we have done is we saved a snapshot of our project at a time. See, if we try to see who added a file at what time, it exactly shows the same thing. You'll get more clarity when you see how we are working on GitHub. So to create a new repository, what you'll do is click on plus, create repository. Let's say teaching, and you can add a description. It is suggested to add a description to let others know what your repository is exactly about. So as this is a demo purpose, let me add demo, and here you'll find two options, public and private. Public means anyone can see this repository. If I share a link of this repository with you, you can see this, and all the files, you can see all the files. But if I keep it private, only I can see this, and I can only commit changes to this repository. But why do I need that? This is not for my not for my personal use, but whenever we are working in an organization, whenever Infosys or TCS is working, they will create a private repository and give access to only their employees, so only their employees can see and make any changes. If you and me search that repository name, it shows it doesn't exist because we are not valid users, right? It is restricted to the people only they want to see. Okay, I'm setting it as public. And also private repositories are costly. If you create more private repositories, you might need to pay some money. Okay, let me add a readme file, or let me ignore this, because when we connect our GitHub account to our Git, it will directly get added. Okay, create repo. See, we have created a GitHub repository. It tells us step by step what to do. We have seen these steps, right? Echo, teaching, git init, add, readme, commit. So until here we have done all the steps. Now let's see what we'll do.